everybody. Welcome to the Tuesday, February 25th edition of Off the Ledge. Thanks for being here. This is our daily centering time. So if you need to be centered, here we are, we're centering. Really, really important during these times that the evil is making lots of last-ditch efforts to win the battle between the evil and the light. And what we know is that the evil doesn't win. It can be, harrowing, it can be disturbing, but it doesn't win. And we're being called to be as loving as we possibly can be towards our fellow human beings. I have a happy Buddha here. Happy Buddha! So, let's begin today with our astrology report from our resident astrologer, Kathy Beal, and she has a website. It's called empowermentunlimited.net. I recommend getting an astrology reading for yourself. Your astrological chart is a blueprint. It's like your soul's blueprint. Everything's in there. So, don't miss it. Here she goes for today.
This is Kathy Beal of empowermentunlimited.net with Astro Insight for Tuesday, February 25th, 2025. Clarity is possible. Separating yourself from the noise is possible. Knowing what is true is possible. Containing the chaos is possible. Messenger god Mercury is meeting with Saturn, planet of structure, rules, order, planet of adulting. The news should be fascinating today, but more importantly, you can get a handle on what is going on, the impact it has on you, and this is energy that is ideal for getting calm, getting grounded, getting certain, getting confident. That's all for now.
Perfect. That's what we're doing. Thank you, Kathy. We'll do a show soon. I have to get together with her about that. I'm going to read from Ernest Holmes, but first I just want to kind of pick up on what she was saying. Take it a little bit further. I talk often about spiritual maturity, and what I mean by that is that if we know the principles of how energy works and how thought creates reality and contributes to our creation of reality, if we know those principles, then the spiritually mature people will put them into practice and won't, and there's ways to just learn about this. So, those who know must, and those who know must teach the others. In terms of that, if we want to contribute to a collective positivity that will create outcomes that we desire. So let's read from Ernest Holmes. Thank you to the viewer who has this book. I don't remember who you are, but thank you for pointing out, and you can identify yourself in the comments, that I was reading from March instead of February yesterday. I'm kind of famous for not marking pages, so sorry about that. So let's make sure that I'm in February. Yes, February is 28 days. Right? I'm double checking. Yes, I'm in February. Ernest Holmes has this for us today. I clear my mind of discord. Now, wasn't Kathy just talking about that? It's amazing when great minds connect and align. I clear my mind of discord. And Ernest Holmes takes a line from the Bible, "Peace I leave with you, my peace I give unto you." Pretty good. I like that one. How are we going to heal ourselves and others? By first becoming convinced that love is a principle of nature. We have ample evidence scientifically, logically, and intuitively that there is no need for anyone in the world today to speak of love as mere sentimentality. We have to practice the presence of God as love, as friendship, as peace, as joy, if we would know the fullness of the adventure of living. It is a terrible burden to dislike people and be critical. All it does is cover up a perpetual pain in our own heart. It is a whistling in the dark to keep up our own courage. How much easier it is to love people and to learn to forgive rather than to hold grudges. We should not go to bed at night until we have cleared our mind of every animosity. Love is the greatest healing agent on earth for our body as well as for our affairs. I love that, and that's kind of a resounding theme that I'm kind of feeling today. Let me put my bookmark right here. Is love really is the answer, and it's not about sentimentality or romance. The love that we're talking about is as big as this. All the people in your life that you have been really angry at for professing that Trump is king and waving their flags in front of your faces, just in an attempt to own the libs and to be ignorant willfully, a lot of times, to advocate for being as hateful and cruel as possible. That brings up really strong emotions in us, especially, for those of us who really make a practice of working on seeing the good in all and the good in one another, and then we're challenged with this kind of mentality of being willfully hateful and cruel. And then how do we respond to that in a way that's not anger? How do we respond to that in a way that is actually forgiveness? I always say if it's hard to go to forgiveness, which has nothing to do with condoning horrible behavior. It just has to do with freeing up our own energy, our old energy sometimes. So I ask people and myself, if we can go to neutral. So at least we're not spewing out this vitriolic hatred back. And we're coming into a time now where when the cult mind cracks, and it is cracking because now what they have voted for and touted all this time is backfiring on them. They didn't really go into investigating what they were really voting for, right? When it implodes, those of us who've made an effort, and hopefully we're all like this in some way, who have made an effort to not be vitriolic back to them when they were being vitriolic to us. Those of us that didn't just throw it back at them in a hateful way, we're just neutral, will be the ones that they trust when it comes time to turn this hatred train around into love. So let's just hang on to that. And I know that it's hard to love in the face of hatred. So if that's too hard, go to neutral. Remember, forgive them for they know not what they do. That's really a sentiment for this time. They don't know what they're doing. They don't know that what they're, shouting about is like on Fox. What they are doing is leading to their own demise. It's contributing to their own destruction. So, just, thoughts to keep in mind about that whole idea of forgiveness. Nobody ever said it was easy, but when you look at, you don't want to be like them in the low vibrational frequency, it's a little easier to at least to go to neutral. All right? Know what I'm saying? Don't be hateful back. It's not worth it for anybody. 3 cards to guide us into today. I'm happy to report that the weather is livable out there today, so I was able to walk, which makes a huge difference. I'm one of those people that has to be outside at least once a day. Are you like that too? So for today, the master. That's what I was talking about, spiritual maturity and attaining mastery. I'm reminded of the Dalai Lama, and in the 50s, the Chinese invaded Tibet, and you know they're fighting over that land, and they destroyed monasteries. It was a kind of a genocide. I don't know if they called it that, but it was terrible. And the Dalai Lama, from that point on, after he fled Tibet, came to the Western world. He later said that he meditates daily on having compassion for the Chinese. That's a master. That's mastery. They know not what they do. So we don't want to toxify our own systems because of how they're behaving. The dream is, you know, this is the dream right now can become a reality when we turn in and we visualize the dream of, you know, I don't want to say the American dream, but just the dream of us living in harmony without all this evil. It will, I get a really, really strong feeling you will see it implode. It is going to backfire. And we don't have to feel like, well, it serves them right. We just have to know that that's how the universal law works. What we put our attention on comes back to us increased. There's not really a very easy way around that. What goes around comes around is a real universal law, like the law of gravity. So turning in and attaining mastery, staying calm, like the eye of the storm, staying calm in the face of chaos. And when we stay calm, we are conduits we are channels for love and light to come through. And if we calm ourselves down and we focus really on, we'll do a deep breath now. Let's take a deep breath in and we'll focus on this. Deep breath in, hold it, and a longer breath out. And getting centered like that and just reflecting on what loving feelings feel like. I know it might sound like a little thing, but it is huge. How can I access these loving feelings that I'm generating in my being? Nothing to do with romance, just love for humanity. Love for the people that are standing up for our country right now. I heard a little bit of what Jane Fonda's, her speech yesterday, over the weekend. Governor Pritzker, I think that's how you say his last name, has been amazing. Jamie Raskin, blowing my mind with his wisdom in defense of democracy. Let's put a lot of attention on how much we love these people for standing up for love, right? And standing up for America and spiritual principles. So that's what I have for you today. Thank you so much for tuning in. There's no PNN tonight. Tuesday night's kind of a night that I just kind of do other things I need to do. If you want to book a reading at the low, way discounted rate, email me AnnetteDion7@gmail.com, and that's how I'll book those through February 28th. And thank you to all of you for all your support. Share this video if it's helpful, and please subscribe and hit the thumbs up. Namaste. We'll see you soon, tomorrow. Bye.